tengo el presentimiento que no me vas a querer como yo pienso.
Paul finds most people would rather be annihilated by giant tidal wave than continue to be lectured by climate change activists. And that's the headline of a satirical article written on the Babylon Bee website, which is a satirical news website. This article went viral a few days ago, and it's doing the rounds on the internet. And the article reads like this: study participants were given the option of having the Earth flooded by massive tidal waves or listening to virtue signaling smarmy lectures by environmentalists for the next decade. It goes on saying this amount of people said that it's all fake. It's not real, but it's funny. It's funny because it's true. There's true behind it. And it says, "Come sweet death," one man scrolled on the survey response form after hearing just 30 seconds of a Greta Thunberg lecture. "Oh, sweet release that ends my suffering on this mortal plane. Embrace me in your salty arms, great wave of destiny." "Honestly, between Greta and the climate change, I'll take the climate change," said one man in Minnesota. "Heck, it's Minnesota, don't you know? We could use a little warming. But if it turns out to be catastrophic, I'll take the tidal wave." Me too. Fires, floods, earthquakes, volcanoes, and bees also polled higher than the activists. Why are we listening to Greta? Why is Greta a thing? I understand. There's a lot of people behind her. I don't dislike her. I think Greta is just a child, and I hate when politicians and the media and the higher ranks of the establishment use a child for to market their dogma. And Greta is, that's what Greta is. Greta is, it's become famous because of her angry expression at Trump, and it's just, for me, it's tragic that a child has got this kind of attention. Her life must be miserable right now, even though she looks like she's using it for her cause, which is, I guess, great. But listen to this headline from The Guardian published yesterday. Greta Thunberg in Twitter spat with German rail firm. So this is an actual article from The Guardian. Great news website and newspaper, The Guardian. Apparently, Greta was coming back home from Madrid. She got on a train. She was in a climate change conference with the UN and all of that, which I guess is important. But she couldn't find a seat. And so she took herself as a picture of her sitting on the ground of the train, on the floor of the train, with all her luggage next to her. And then she tweeted on the train, "Traveling on overcrowded trains through Germany, and I'm finally on my way home." So this doesn't seem to be saying anything other than she was going back home. But of course, because they want to victimize her, they push the narrative that the German company, the train German company, because it was overcrowded, somehow she's been mistreated or whatever. Because teenagers never sit on the floor. Never. I've never seen that in my life. Anyway, with all this attention, I wanted to bring up these two little articles about Greta, one fake and one real, just to point out the fact that this is a teenager, and even though I don't agree with using children to push political ideologies, if we're going to do that, if we're going to be listening to children, I think we need to listen to the right children, the children who are actually suffering. And so I want you guys to watch this video that I'm going to put. I've added subtitles for you so you understand what's going on, and then we'll talk about it.
El teniente Arellano me metió la cabeza en un tubo de agua con las manos en la espalda, me electrocutó, me agarró por la cabeza y me metió unas cachetadas durísimas que me caí al piso y me agarraron por las orejas, me empezaron a
Muéstrale las orejas como tienen las orejas.
A pegar la cabeza contra la pared y me amenazaron que si le decía a mi papá que iban a hacer muñeco de mi pesadilla.
So I'm sorry, this is a very difficult video to watch for me, and for anyone, I guess, anyone with a heart. So this kid says that Lieutenant Arellano grabbed him by his head, put his head inside a bucket of water, hit him on the face, grabbed him by the ears. He electrocuted this kid. He's what is he, 10? Electrocuted this kid. And then that monster tells him that he can't say anything, because if he says something, he will appear in his nightmares. So it's not just a physical torture. What kind of a monster do you have to be to tell a 10-year-old boy, a 9-year-old boy, that you will appear in his nightmares if he says something, if he tells anybody what he had done to him? It's okay, guys. We can keep talking about Greta Thunberg. It's okay. I don't mind. I think she's doing an important job, I guess. But when are we going to start listening to these kids? If we're going to listen to kids, if kids are going to be the voice of morality in our world, look at what's happening in Venezuela. How many children like him have been tortured or died because there's no medicine in the hospitals or because there's no food in the supermarkets? But it's okay. Now, let's not talk about Venezuela. Venezuela is inconvenient, you know. Venezuela, it's an anomaly. We can ignore it. It's because it's, you know, it's socialism, and socialism kind of works. It goes wrong sometimes, but when it goes wrong, it's better not to talk about it. It's better to talk about the, you know, orange man bad, and plastic straws, and annihilation by giant waves in 12 years. Like that's what we should be talking about. Not all the people who are dying in Venezuela. That's not important, right?
En ti tengo sufrimiento y el que no sufre no vive, y contigo vivo contento. El no sufre no vive y contigo vivo contento.